Hey guys, today we're going to be servicing the Mahindra 4510. We're going to be doing an oil change, air filters, and fuel filters. We've got a hydraulic filter as well, but we're not going to be doing that today. We'll do that on another day. So we got Rotella 15W40, inner and outer air filter, fuel filter, and new O-ring, and new oil filter. First thing we're going to do is change the air filters. So let's do that. The air filter is up in the front of the motor, and just unscrew these wing nuts here, pull this filter out, and then pull out the inner air filter. I want you to look at how dirty these are. This is the old one. This is the new one. Look at the amount of light that's coming through. It's even coming through on the back side over here. Nothing coming through that. And then the inner air filter, amazing how clogged they were. What's really cool though is that they come with the new O-ring on them, and they also come with the outer housing already on there. All right, when you're changing these filters out, it's a good idea to put month and year and the hours that were on it, and then just reinstall them. We'll start with the inner air filter, which I marked. Screw your nut on, and then your outer filter. And that's all there is to the air filter. Took about 5 minutes. Let's move on to the oil change. All right, this is a little different under here. I'm gonna show you, but the front drive shaft runs right where the oil drain pan is. So what they've done is they've made a saddle drain pan. So you actually have two drain plugs, one on either side of the drive shaft. So here's the front drive shaft going up to the front. Here's your oil pan. You got a drain plug on either side. If you reach up here, this drain pan is split all the way up. So remove both of these and drain them into your container. All right, so I got both of those off. They're both draining. I ended up putting a piece of cardboard there because I just couldn't get the bucket up underneath there far enough, so I put a piece of cardboard there and made a ramp. It also doesn't go all over the tractor that way. So we'll just let that continue to drip, and then we'll get the oil filter changed next. Take a little bit of oil, lube up your O-ring, get a good seal, wipe up any oil that got loose. Screw your new filter on hand tight. All right, now we just got to change the fuel filter, fill it up with oil, we'll be done. All right, when you do this fuel filter, you want to make sure you turn the petcock to the off position, and then you unscrew this ring right here, and this whole bowl assembly will drop down. All right, so there's the old filter, the old O-ring. Here's the new filter, the new O-ring. You see this is just a globe, and it just unscrews. So we'll pop this new filter in, screw it back up, open the petcock back up. All right, the bowl's back on. Petcock's turned on. Oil filter's on. Drain plugs are back in the bottom. All we gotta do is fill it up with some Rotella. And that's it. Oil filter, inner and outer air filters, and fuel filter. 8 quarts of Rotella, 15W40. Took all of about 40 minutes total. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention, when you turn that petcock back on, there's a bleed valve right there. You're gonna need to open up that bleed valve and start the motor and let the air flow out of that bleed valve right there. And then once the motor's running, you can screw that bleed valve back in. The bowl's full of fuel again. All we need to do now is start it up, check it for leaks, and then check the oil. Everything looks good. Let's check the oil. All right, it's halfway up the dipstick. Everything's good to go. All right, that was easy enough job. Filters cost less than $100. 8 quarts of Rotella was $24, and less than an hour of your time. Last thing you want to do is get your grease gun out and lube up all your lube points. All right, so that's it. So let's get her all buttoned back up and get out there cutting. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.